Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Project Eden's Garden. We are going to start the investigation today. I'm still so shocked. I had a night, I slept on it, and I still don't understand why it was Wolfgang, genuinely. Also, before we start, I just want to say, I'm still trying to tweak my microphone settings to make it sound a little bit better. So if it's not completely perfect yet, I apologize. I'm working on it. It's very confusing to me. Anyway, I just want to play the game now, so that's what we're gonna do. We are going to do the investigation. In this part, we might start the trial. I'm not 100% sure. It depends on how long the investigation takes. And I'm still not sure if I want to make the trial one long video or if I want to split it maybe in half and cut it where the trial does the trial break. They usually break it in the middle where you can save and stuff. I'm not so sure yet. We will see how we are on time. Anyway, let's get right into it. I think he was electrocuted, but I can't figure out how or who did it. So let's see if we can get a few answers during this investigation, but I highly doubt it. The answers don't usually come until the trial. Let me do what I did last time and look back over the tablet first. The victim is Wolfgang Akire, the ultimate lawyer. He was discovered in the boiler room on the underground floor. He is kneeling in the water and his upper body is slumped over the concrete platform. I did want to say, I was thinking about it, and because Damon has Wolfgang's blackmail, I think that was the motive. Because he has it, I know it's going to become a topic in the trial, and they're going to start suspecting him. So that's going to be interesting. I genuinely have no idea. I couldn't believe it. I really thought he was going to stay and he wouldn't, because I thought he was going to be a wolf in sheep's clothing and he would reveal his true nature to everybody at the trial or something. But now he's dead. It's crazy to me. Anyway, I wonder, I'm sorry, I'm thinking, my brain is like, what about this? What about this? I was maybe the person whose blackmail he got, I don't remember, did he announce whose blackmail he had? I can't remember for the life of me. That's, I guess, my own fault, because I couldn't play for 5 weeks. But we'll find out, I guess. Estimated time of death is approximately 9:35 a.m. So that was during the game tournament, right? What time did the tournament start? 9? So pretty much anyone who wasn't at the tournament is a suspect. As long as it's not Kai. It still pissed me off, seeing everything except the cause of death listed. Especially when I knew the reason why. Cause of death. We investigated the dummy's murder. The tablet explicitly said she died from blood loss. But this tablet, it doesn't list Wolfgang's cause of death anywhere. Of course, saying otherwise would make things too easy. I also apologize to any British person because I'm butchering that accent. The tablet's information has been divulged in such a way that both the killer and the spotless have equal chance of success. Tozu's definitely compensating for the killer, probably because they failed to hide their own tracks. Probably, if it's not listed there, that means it could incriminate them. And withdrawing information might be his way of balancing the odds.
I won't lose.
Nonsense rules. Who's to say they won't be abused? Regardless, Wolfgang's cause of death should be treated as the crux of this mystery. If I can figure out how he died, then everything else should fall into place. But wait, if he was electrocuted, wouldn't he have burn marks? I don't know how death by electrocution actually looks. Okay, I have no idea. Like, would a person be burnt like they were in a fire? I have no idea. Maybe he was poisoned, because he did seem to be, like, drooling a bit and crying. So I wonder, I don't know. But there was no blood, so I don't know. Oops, I put on auto. Oh, I hit the microphone. Tozu tablet number 2 has been added to the truth bullet section of your Tozu trinket. Alas, poor Wolfgang. The guiding light of the ultimate students, snuffed out in an instant. No use crying over it, though. There's a mystery to be solved. Like any true investigation, important evidence won't always be visible on first glance. Should you ever find yourself stuck, press F3 to view the game's controls. By the way, any truth bullets you obtain will be logged to your Tozu trinket, which can be accessed anytime by pressing F1. You know, in case you needed the reminder, I did, thank you, game. I don't remember. I didn't even remember how to open up the menu. That's all from me. Bye-bye. Okay, I want to look at this first. The taser. Like, I don't know if this is the murder weapon. A taser gun? Pretty random thing to be lying around a crime scene. It definitely wasn't in the boiler room prior to the murder either. Did that mean this taser gun was involved in the murder? On closer inspection, nothing about the gun looked particularly strange. Had it even been used? I'm pretty sure the taser guns dispense some kind of wire when fired. Nearby were some yellow pieces of plastic on the floor. They were the same shade of yellow as a taser gun. Had these originally been attached to it? I can't tell where they would fit on the gun, though. Never mind. What's the point in making guesses when I can just get him to confirm? After all, someone who's a pro at wielding guns should know them better than anyone else. Oh, Desmond. Is he here? I don't think he's in this room. Okay, I'll have to ask him after. Alright, I'm gonna look at the blood now. I didn't notice this before. I don't think this is his blood, though. There's no blood on him whatsoever. There's none around his mouth or in his nose. It's not on his hands. So I don't know if maybe he tried to fight back. I don't know. There was blood speckled across the floor. I didn't notice it at first, due to the room's restricted lighting. But now, after my eyes had time to adjust, it couldn't be more obvious.
I see.
Looks like it passes into the hallway, too. Oh, do you think that the killer was the one who we heard running? When we were in the closet with Kai, we heard someone running out. Do you think that's the killer? And they were maybe stabbed, or I don't know, they got hurt somehow, and so they were running away? That's possible. Speaking of, after the body discovery announcement, everyone barged into the boiler room through this door. Yet these blood spots don't look smudged. I'm guessing they were already dry by the time any of us got here. In which case, could this be Wolfgang's blood? Could it, though? And how, though maybe the person running wasn't the culprit. Because if they would have run away, like, I don't know, how fast does blood dry? I don't know. I mean, I guess the best would be to look at him. I'll inspect the rest of the scene first. No, I want to see if he was bleeding. Half of the generator's internals had melted away, and what still remained was almost completely singed. Yeah, this was definitely the cause of the power outage. What could have melted the wires, though? It looked like a bomb had gone off in there. It looks like some kind of fire. Like, I wonder if... I don't know if it was from the water. Maybe the taser was used in the water and it triggered and it caused a... like, it's a spark and ignite? I don't know.
That
Now that I think about it, during the game tournament, taking a deep breath, I steadied my grip on the controller and pushed both joysticks as hard as I could. Kaboom! Huh? All of a sudden, the world around me turned pitch black. So maybe it was a bomb. A bomb set up in there? But what's with the water? Why is there water in there? Was there always water in there? There had been a loud boom right before the blackout happened. Similar to a firework going off or someone firing a gun.
That's...
Did I overhear the sound of the generator being destroyed? Nothing else near the dining hall could have made that kind of noise, I don't think. And this mirror right up here, not the mirror, the grate right above it, that leads into the dining hall, right? So it's possible that they would have heard it, but I'm guessing the gaming tournament was so loud that they couldn't hear Wolfgang being murdered. Because otherwise, I feel like you can kind of hear a little bit, at least, of the stuff going on down there. So I wonder if the Blackened used the gaming tournament as like a cover. Like, oh, it's gonna be loud, they won't hear. They're all screaming and playing games. So I could just kill somebody. I don't know. If my assumption is correct, the generator would have been destroyed around the same time the murder was committed. That's suspicious as hell. There's no way the two events aren't connected. But I'm also working purely off of my memory of the boom. To be absolutely sure, I need to know when exactly the blackout occurred. Was there any way for me to find that out? Oh, there probably is. You think it's logged into, like, the game or something? Can I look at the water? Is there anything else I could look at before talking to people? Alright, I'll talk to Eva first, I think. Aren't you going to investigate Wolfgang? Me?
Yeah.
Who else? Back when we mistook that dummy for a body, you poked it pretty nonchalantly.
Hang on.
That's different. I never thought it was real.
I see.
Now that we were finally advancing in the investigation, her cool composure had all but vanished. Typical, I guess. She can only keep up an act for so long. Ulysses.
Terrible.
The generator over there is partially submerged in the water. I think it would be wise to stay on this platform. Was he worried about the water being electrified? Yeah, that's what I thought immediately. Eva and I managed to stand in it way back when. I don't see why now would be any different. Oh, there was water the whole time. Which seems weird. Like, why would the basement be flooded? Then again, the generator wasn't damaged last time. See, it says risk of electric shock right there.
Damn.
Yeah. Since Wolfgang is kneeling in the water, we should avoid touching him. I wonder, I'm just thinking out loud here, so this might be completely just out of left field. I can't help but wonder if it's somewhat similar to Trigger Happy Havoc, where, like, maybe Wolfgang was the one who was trying to kill the other person? Do you think that's possible? I don't know, I'm just spitting out ideas here. I have no idea. But maybe it's possible that he was trying to be the murderer, and the other person fought back and ended up killing him in self-defense. Like, that's possible, kind of like with Sayaka and Leon. Who knows? Who knows?
No.
You don't know for sure that the water isn't safe.
Huh?
Listen to me.
Before you start making conclusions, you should experiment first. Saying that, Eva walked over to a pile of boxes and pulled out a light bulb. Oh, I see what you're doing. Sure enough, Eva went straight to the edge of the platform. and threw the light bulb into the water.
Look.
See, it's not lighting up. That means the water is safe.
Well, I
see. Then, I suppose it's safe to inspect Wolfgang.
Okay.
Are you going to? I think I'll observe from afar instead. Now isn't the time to be listening to your nerves. Can I look at him now? I guess I could talk to Winona.
Hello?
Winona? You're still here?
Seriously?
Is there a problem with that? Why does she need to frame everything I say in the worst light? I'm preparing to hold a one-on-one session with Ulysses. I was consulting him about something important before we were interrupted by the announcement. Is that what you were doing before the blackout?
Huh?
Repeat that.
It's simple.
The blackout. Were you still with Ulysses when it happened?
Come on.
You're not speaking any sense. There was no power outage. Oh, interesting. So it only worked in the dining hall? Because the rooms are connected somehow? I still don't really understand how they're connected when one isn't the boiler room in the basement and the dining hall is on the first floor? I don't understand how they're completely connected, but whatever. What? She can't be serious. That blackout affected the entire building. Unless...
Anyways.
Let me rephrase. Where were you when the murder happened?
Sheesh.
Where were you? At Cassidy's game tournament in the dining hall.
Oh, really?
Really? Not what I expected.
Let me see.
Ulysses and I spent this morning by the large tree. We stayed there up to and including the time of Wolfgang's murder. Sounded like she had an alibi then. As for the location she mentioned, I assumed this entire building complex connected to the one generator. But it made more sense for that tree area to have its own separate system. Hence why it didn't lose power. What about the courtyard though? Was anyone there at the time of the blackout? Interesting. Alright, I'm gonna talk to Jean. Is it Jean or John? It could be either. Oi, take a whiff of the air. Ain't there something off about it? I followed his instructions and sniffed the air.
That's...
It smells like burnt rubber.
That ain't it.
Because of the busted generator, yeah? But that's not what I'm talking about. There is another scent. A real bitter one. You might actually be onto something. It's almost like cereal and rubbing alcohol?
Bad news.
Indeed. I'm suspecting a mighty chemical reaction at work. So like a scientific bomb.
Eh?
I've had my fair share of travels across the sea, and I'm no stranger to foul play. There's no stench worse than one of a disastrous combustion.
It is how it is.
Thing is, I got no idea where it's coming from. Really? The smell is supposedly that of a chemical reaction. Where else could it be coming from besides the busted generator? So interesting, if he doesn't think it's from the generator, maybe it's coming from somewhere else. Unless Jean's conclusion about the smell is wrong? I wouldn't put it past him. Jeez, Damon has no faith in anybody here. Can I look at Wolfgang now? No. Let's see. What else can I... Oh, there's a knife there? See, this is why I think Wolfgang tried to defend himself, or tried to stab somebody, and maybe he did stab somebody and somebody's bleeding under their clothes. I don't know. A knife? Like, maybe there was some kind of struggle. Because unless Wolfgang's body has a stab wound, then it means Wolfgang was the one doing the stabbing. I don't know if that makes any sense. My brain is like, what about this? What about this? What about that? Ooh, what about this? It's all over the place. Why was a knife floating in the water? On the blade and in the surrounding water, I could make something out. The unmistakable color of blood. Of danganronpa blood. Pink. There's no doubt about it. This knife must have something to do with the murder. Why the knife was here and not actually on the platform, I had no idea. See, that's what makes me think Wolfgang was the one holding it. If it was in the water and not on the platform. I could be wrong. I could be wrong and I could sound so stupid right now. Okay. Can I look at him now? No. Okay. Hazer, Jean, Ulysses. It's a camera. Oh, cord. The cord is what made it electrocute, right? I mean, that makes no sense. What is the word for, like, if you touch it, it'll electrocute you? Is there, like, a word for that? I don't know. But, like, that's what made it electrified. Huh? There's a cord in the water. Judging by the length, I think it's an extension cord. But what the hell happened to the other end of it? There was no internal plug, just a frayed up tip lined with black substance. The open wire is probably what caused... I'm convinced he was electrocuted. Had the cord been burnt? I didn't see this cord in the boiler room earlier, so it probably came from someplace else. One of those storage rooms, maybe. It wasn't always in this condition, that's for sure. All the items we've been provided so far, light bulbs, speakers, a fridge, they've worked perfectly well. So, what happened to this cord? And why was it even in the water? Huh. Interesting. There was something else. There was like a red thing over there. Chunks of something red were floating in nearby the generator. It almost looked like metal or maybe plastic. Were these originally part of the generator? The colors and material don't seem to match though. Is that the bomb? Like pieces of the bomb? Okay, I think maybe now I could look at him. I don't know if there's anything else. Oh, I guess not. I'm just like, la-di-da. Ulysses. Can I look from above? Huh. The dummy didn't stink, so I knew it wasn't real. The situation we're in, it's totally different from that. Huh. Blood taser. I can't leave, so... Right? I overlooked something. I should keep investigating. What else is there? I'm looking at everything. Shrapnel, Ulysses. Generator, I looked at that. I looked at the cord. Is there something over here? The knife. I looked at the knife. I'm looking from above. I feel like that's easier. Generator. I can't... What else is there? I want to look at him. Oh, I thought that was like something on the ground there. I'm just clicking everything. Oops. Unless someone else has something to say, I really don't know.
Hi.
Why did you move over here? It's,
The struggle.
I feel it is highly important we investigate anything and, everything we can. That is why I moved over here, to investigate. More like he didn't want to be near Wolfgang's body. In what was a first for the investigation, something other than fear appeared on Ulysses' face. It was curiosity.
Eh?
What is it? Look at the floor in front of the door.
That's...
This? Yes,
Seriously?
this is just a small piece of scrap metal.
Do you think?
Even so, it's still a part of the crime scene. It necessitates documentation.
That's not important.
Seriously? Something this small means nothing. No, it doesn't. It could have been part of the bomb or something, or like some kind of something. I don't know. It could have come from the generator or the pipes above us. Ingrid could have been carrying it for all we know. I'll leave Ingrid alone. This guy. There's so much he could actually document, and instead he's focusing on some flimsy piece of metal. Watch, this little flimsy piece of metal is going to be the break in the case. All the more reason to rely on myself. It looks like, you know what? It looks like a giant bobby pin. Alright, it feels like I've given the boiler room a good rundown. Which means... just yesterday, Wolfgang was talking with us, eating breakfast with us, and now he's dead. Who had the resolve to commit such a needlessly brutal murder? To go so far as to mangle his body? Is it mangled? I can't tell because I haven't been able to look at it. I always go there first. I couldn't unpack it. I didn't know how to. This wasn't just some dummy I had to investigate. This was a real person. It was so far out of my expertise, let alone my comfort zone.
Hello.
Do you want to inspect him? Oh, jeez, I dropped something. Holy crap. Did she really have to scare me like that? Yeah, I do want to inspect him. It's just the idea of getting close to him.
Where?
I'll investigate with you. It'll be easier for both of us that way. Right?
Right.
Oh. See, like, this thing down here, it looks like just a giant bobby pin that's been stretched open. Unless somebody has, like, such intense hair that they need a bobby pin that big, maybe Diana, who's, like, the cosplay girl or something. I have no idea what it is. Jesus. This is awful. I'm sorry, I'm laughing, but I tend to laugh when I'm uncomfortable. Wolfgang laid completely still, his face frozen in a look of horror. His once bright eyes were shrouded in darkness, and his mouth was open, as if he'd been killed mid-scream. Eva's expression said it all. Wolfgang did everything in his power to make us outcasts, and make the worst of us. At times, I even hated him for it. But this brought no relief to either of us. Wolfgang, what happened in his final moments that left him so terrified? Was it the realization he was about to die? mulling over the what ifs won't bring me any closer to solving Wolfgang's murder. Right now, my focus should be on finding evidence. And that begins by investigating his body. Okay. Maybe his hand. With the way Wolfgang was slumped over the platform, it almost looked like he'd fallen on top of it.
Focus.
Let me see if his palms are scratched. As I knelt down to take a closer look...
Huh?
Huh? Trickling out from under the cuff of Wolfgang's sleeve and onto the rest of his hand, a strange injury that looked like a tree sapling. Were those like... was he poisoned or something? Or is that... oh, that could be the electrical burn. I don't know what an electrical burn looks like. Genuinely, I have no idea what being electrocuted does to a person. When I looked at Wolfgang's other hand, I saw the same thing. Markings that seemed to extend down the arm.
The hell?
Eva, look at this.
Hello.
Let me see. Yeah, burn marks. That's really horrible. They look like gross little veins. What inflicted them?
That's...
There's a taser a little ways off from where we're standing, but I couldn't find anything to indicate it's been fired. So the only other thing I can think of is the generator.
Is that really true?
Why the generator?
I know.
The thing has clearly been destroyed by something. Maybe Wolfgang got caught in that something, and that's how he died.
Not sure.
I'm not sure. The generator seems too far away from where Wolfgang is lying to cause burns like these.
Look at this.
Plus, the room's water isn't conductive. That's the word I was looking for, conductive. So, electricity couldn't have traveled through it. Alright, she's disproving my whole theory that he's been electrocuted. I've been saying this for... how long has this part been going on? 45 minutes? I don't even know.
Right.
You're right. Anything able to melt the generator's wires would have burnt his suit to a crisp, too. Exactly.
Thinking.
I think Wolfgang received these burns outside the boiler room. There's just nothing here that could leave these markings. Do you think he was targeted before he came down here? I'm so confused. I'm genuinely just confused. As for the actual place he got burned, guess we'll have to try and find it ourselves. That is, if such a place even exists. While it's possible the generator may not have been involved in the murder, it seemed unlikely that Wolfgang made a detour for the boiler room after being severely burnt. After all, burns like this would definitely paralyze someone. Huh. As for Wolfgang's palms, they didn't have any markings on them. Still, he must have fallen somehow. Why else would he be lying on the platform? He must have been in the water at some point. His face... oh, wait, let's look at his face. His face is so disturbing. There didn't seem to be any strange markings on Wolfgang's face. However, along the back of his neck was a massive bruise. That looks like a really bad injury. Almost his entire neck is discolored.
Damn.
Right. How did he get this on the back of his neck? Nothing around us seems to have left it. Could it be like a blunt force trauma kind of thing? Someone tried to sneak up on him from behind? This might sound morbid, but what if it's a sign of his body decomposing? I mean, it's been what, like 30 minutes? I don't think he would show those kinds of signs yet. You need like days.
That's...
Can a body really decompose this fast? It could, or it could not. It probably depends on the environment. As in the temperature?
Correct.
Cold places are generally better at preserving things than warm, humid areas like this boiler room.
Thinking.
Kind of like dairy products. That's a good comparison. A tone-deaf one, for sure. Wolfgang didn't have this bruise yesterday, at the very least. If he did, it would have been super noticeable.
Fair.
Yeah, that's true. Turning my attention back to Wolfgang, I caught something else on his body. Near the mark on his neck, but not directly overlapping it. A red dot? Is that a beauty mark? Or is it a needle mark where a needle went in? Doesn't look like it. The skin around the dot seems to be inflamed. It reminds me of a popped pimple. The sort of wound you could easily inflict on yourself.
So,
Then you don't think this is related to the murder? It might not be, but
There must be something.
judging by the lack of scabbing, this was inflicted pretty recently, so we may as well keep it in mind. Do you think it's like he got drugged? And like he got like one of the needles in the neck? Oof. Just thinking about a needle in my neck just makes me cringe. Alright. Now that I think about it, the place where Wolfgang laid was odd. I don't know if that's the right. Oh, whatever. Who cares? What were the chances he would end up here between the only opening of the fence? The one spot where he could keel over like this, or kneel over like this. Was it possible he'd been trying to climb onto the platform before he died? It's strange why he didn't use the stairs though. And even stranger that he was even in the water. Huh. I look at the knife again. In the surrounding water, it's blood. Why the knife was here and not on the platform? That makes me think he had it. Oh, his blazer? Wolfgang's suit was completely crumpled, a far cry from his once clean appearance. Water had seeped into his pants, completely ruining the fabric. As I leaned in close, I spotted a folded piece of paper sticking out from his back pocket. Though it was soaked, it wasn't completely destroyed.
Damn.
I really don't want to touch him, but... With my thumb and index finger, I snatched the paper out of his pocket, taking care not to brush my hand against his body. I gingerly folded open the paper, aware that some of the wetter spots could fall apart immediately, and found a message written inside. Is it the blackmail he got? That's some very ugly handwriting. Do you recognize it?
No.
A lot of the text is unreadable. Whoever wrote this probably used a low-quality pen. Low-quality pen? What? Or they just have bad handwriting. Can't you write something neatly with just a pen that costs $1? Although, at the bottom of the page, fragments of a message were still visible. Secret, 8:15 a.m., boiler room, close the door. Doesn't this read a lot like a command? It seems like someone wanted to arrange a private meeting with him here.
I see.
Could that someone be the culprit?
not sure.
8:15 a.m. That's a long time before the time of death, though. Maybe there was a struggle, or maybe Wolfgang arrived late.
There must be something.
Either way, this message is definitely a valuable clue. It's our only insight into Wolfgang's movements before his death.
Well,
Well, now I really want to know where everyone was at the time. I woke up at 8:30 a.m. this morning, so I was asleep when this meeting was scheduled to happen. It's only 35 minutes before the tournament. Cassidy, Jet, Mark, and I would have already been in the dining hall.
Right.
Right, setting up the equipment.
That's...
As for the other students, directly asking them where they were at 8:15 might be risky.
Where?
Because they would wonder where we got the time from. Exactly. And I'd prefer to keep this note between the two of us. At least, for now. Interesting.
Anyways.
Anyway, this thing about a secret, what do you think that means?
Gah.
Well, I'm not really sure. It could be referring to anything. Anything, huh? You know what it means? It could have to do with the blackmail, but we had his blackmail. We had his secret. And it's not us. They're not gonna do that to me again, where they pull a, suddenly, we're switching characters. The main character is the culprit. No, thank you.
I know.
I have an idea. The author of this letter might be talking about Wolfgang's blackmail.
Huh.
Huh? Why would he say that? He's the one with the blackmail. I'm so confused. If they claimed to have it, they could have baited him here without much issue. After all, Wolfgang asked us to meet with the person whose blackmail we had.
Strange.
A derelict... What? A derelict? Is that how you pronounce that word? I don't even know. A derelict boiler room is a pretty ominous place to meet someone, though. It would have been Wolfgang's first time here, too. Assuming he didn't explore this floor beforehand.
What could it be?
Either he didn't see the super obvious danger in meeting alone, or he did realize and just didn't care.
Right.
Does that change anything about what I said? Well, duh. If Wolfgang knew the warning signs, his reason for coming might have less to do with integrity
You see?
and more to do with desperation.
Huh?
Desperation? To know the details of the blackmail.
I see.
It would stand to reason. If only Wolfgang had hidden this note somewhere safe instead of bringing it here, it would have been valuable evidence. I doubt he could have envisioned something like this happening. He was never really on his guard during this killing game. Except around you and me, I guess. Oh, I really do just think Eva wants friends. That seemed to be everything I could gather.
Hello.
Hey, Damon. Since we've inspected the boiler room, we should find the students who left and ask them for their testimonies.
Right.
They went upstairs to investigate Wolfgang's dorm, right? Yes, because of what I said earlier. The victim's last known whereabouts are the best place to search for clues.
Okay.
All right, let's see what they've been up to. Apart from collecting testimonies, there were two other matters on my mind. One, getting Desmond to inspect the taser gun. And two, pinpointing exactly when the blackout occurred, in case it happened at the time of the murder. I walked over to the boiler room door, which had been left slightly ajar. But as I began to pull it the rest of the way open... Is it locked? I noticed it. The doorknob. Something about it. Looked different. Hey, Eva? The doorknob... I think it's been flipped. Flipped? Are you sure? Take a look for yourself. The first time we woke up here, I'm pretty sure this lock was on the inside, not the outside.
Is that really true?
How would someone be able to flip a doorknob, though? Hear that? I'm so confused.
That's...
By unscrewing it, probably. Okay. Why didn't you say something earlier?
Huh?
What do you mean? This is the first time I've noticed it.
Is that really true?
Really? You didn't notice it back when you entered the boiler room with Kai? No, not even then. It might have been because of the darkness or my own nerves, but back then, I wasn't paying attention to small details like the doorknob. All I wanted to do was enter the boiler room.
Anyways,
I know that makes me sound stupid.
Listen to me.
It's okay. I mean, I probably would have noticed the doorknob had I been there, but that's besides the point. Alright. Anyway, this discovery paints an interesting picture. Since the lock was now accessible from the hallway, you could technically lock the boiler room shut without ever stepping foot in it. Meaning that if you wanted to lock someone inside the boiler room, all you have to do is lure them in and close the door behind them. Who is strong enough? That doesn't look like... That looks like an intense door. You know, like that looks like a heavy door. Who's strong enough to flip the door completely inside out? Besides Jean over there. And maybe Ingrid.
Moving on.
Come on. We need to collect people's testimony before the investigation ends. Alright, well, let's go. Okay, goodbye. You sure you want to leave? Yeah, I am sure. Goodbye. Let's go. I don't know. I feel like it always gets like this. Like, the more clues you get, the more confusing it seems. Until, like, during the trial, it finally all comes together and it starts to make sense. But I'm at the point where I'm just like, I have no idea. As a million questions rattled away in my mind, I followed Eva out of the boiler room. Oh, Cassie's here. Actually, Eva, before we go upstairs, it's probably worth checking out the storage closets first. Why?
I know.
I found something in the boiler room that might be related to them. Judging by the length, the extension cord. The internal end been severed off and the cord burnt after. I didn't see this cord in the boiler room earlier, so it probably came from someplace else. One of the storage rooms, maybe. With that extension cord, we should confirm if it did indeed come from a storage closet. Okay.
However,
But first, I want to talk to Cassidy.
Come again?
You want to talk to her? Yes, I want to talk to her. Is that bad? She wasn't much help last investigation.
well,
Well, any help is better than no help.
Fair.
Alright, I'll talk to Cassidy first, and then I'll investigate the storage closets on this floor. Alright, she's right here. Oh, I'm walking. Cassidy was pacing around the hallway with a finger on her chin, seemingly doing nothing.
Yo!
Oh, hey guys. Sorry for not noticing you sooner. I was performing a super sweep down here in this hallway. That was a lot of words for wandering around aimlessly.
listen to me.
Can you put your sweep down on hold? I have a really important question.
Okay.
Let's hear it. Just don't drag it on too long, okay? I gotta finish my sweep down before the time's up.
You see,
Do you remember who attended the tournament? The game tournament? Everyone who was slated to join just kept their word, so we had a full house.
what about...
There were 8 people in total. Jet, Mark, Grace, Jean, Kai, and the 3 of us.
Huh?
Something on your mind? Well, since the murder happened in the boiler room,
Well,
wouldn't that mean everyone in the dining hall has an alibi? You know, you would think, right? You would think that everyone has an alibi who was there, but now I might be completely reaching here, but I'm just trying to think of every possibility. The boiler room and the dining hall are connected with the vent. It's possible that Wolfgang was lured down to the boiler room, and he was locked in probably at 8:15. That was before. And the murder didn't happen. And like, they did something. Maybe they threw the bomb into the boiler room from the vent while the gaming tournament was going on. Maybe they did it, no one would be paying attention. They'd all be watching the game, right? Kai and Damon were playing, everyone was watching. It's possible that while they were playing and watching, somebody threw a bomb in through the vent, and it went into the boiler room, landed right on top of the generator, and it exploded right when Damon pushed the buttons, right? So it did kaboom, it exploded, and I don't know. My brain is still stuck on he was electrocuted. But now I don't know if he actually was. And we didn't find any stab wounds on his body, any knife wounds at all, but the knife was covered in blood. So I don't know, I'm like spitballing here. I have no idea if that is possible. I'm just saying that it is possible that those at the gaming tournament, could also be the culprit. It's possible. I'm not 100. I have no idea. But anyway.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't even think of that. She's totally right. Also, since we split into pairs while investigating those rooms down the hall, every pairing can vouch for the other.
Right.
Right. We all split up. What were the groups again?
Yep.
Jet and I explored storage closet B.
Eh?
Storage closet B?
Check it out.
Mm-hmm. That's what it's called on the map. Does she mean the map of the Tozu trinket? I activated my trinket, and sure enough... See? Storage closet B. There's also storage closet A, C, and D. Those are definitely the rooms we explored. Then we were...
I see.
Damon and Kai were in A. In that case... Oh, C. Kai and I must have explored storage closet C. I remember it clearly. The two of us checked the closet above and opposite the one Cassidy searched. According to this map, the only closet to fit those perimeters is storage closet C.
Correct.
Grace and I investigated the closet directly next to Damon, so we must have been inside storage closet A.
Yeah.
Which leaves Mark and Jean with storage closet D. Yeah, that makes sense. You know, Damo, since you're here,
Question.
what's the deal with you in the boiler room?
Huh?
What? When Kai told us party peeps about Wolfie, he said you two went inside the boiler room.
How?
The heck did you do that for? You were supposed to check out the storage closet.
No.
You're not casting suspicion on me, are you? No way. As far as Cass is concerned, everyone is innocent till proven otherwise. Oh boy, it is. The suspicion's gonna go on Damon. I have that feeling. I investigated the storage closet with Kai. We just didn't find anything inside.
Anyway.
Although, we did hear someone run down the hallway.
Am I hearing you right?
Huh? For real? Yeah, I remember this. Man, unlucky. All that work for nothing. What's the plan now? Do we just, go back outside? Let's check out how the people next door are doing. Huh? Suddenly, I heard frantic footsteps echoing from the hallway outside.
Doubt it.
Weird. I don't remember any footsteps.
It's the truth.
I do.
Really?
Eh? Eva, do you really? I heard them while Grace and I were investigating the storage room next to yours.
However,
I just brushed it off as my imagination, though.
F.
Guess me and Jet must have been talking over them. Were those footsteps the reason you entered the boiler room, Damo? It's Damon? And yeah. They came from the direction of that room, so I wanted to see what the person was running from.
For real?
But wait, really? I would have just chased after the footsteps. I mean, entering the boiler room after something like that? You weren't scared a murderer was hiding inside? What I actually discovered wasn't much better. True. Then whose footsteps could those have been? I don't know why anyone would want to be running around those spooky hallways, let alone in the dark.
What about...
Unless... Oh, maybe they were also looking for a backup generator.
That's not important.
I doubt it's that innocent. Considering the place this person ran away from was the crime scene. Those footsteps were probably the killers.
Ah!
You mean fresh off committing the murder?
Right.
Fresh off the murder or a bit after. Depends what time we went downstairs. Either way, whether it was immediately after the murder or not, for a brief moment, the only thing separating us from Wolfgang's killer were the storage room walls. That's creepy to think about. Huh. I wonder if they can figure out, like, this is gonna sound crazy, but the sound of the footsteps, like, you could tell if someone, like, not 100%, but sometimes you could tell, like, the size of a person. Like, I wonder if that could help narrow it down a little bit. Thus, bit by bit, the mystery slowly unravels.
My genius is almost frightening.
No need to thank me. It's all in a day's work. She didn't even do anything. I like Cassidy. Alright, let's go. Let's go in. I guess we have to go into all of them. I'm surprised the investigation's quite long. I wasn't expecting it to be so long, but it's fine with me. Okay, this is storage closet A.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's take a look around. As I began to inspect the shelves, the glint of something shiny caught my eye.
That's...
Huh? Eva, look. There's a rolling pin here, and handprints on it too.
Strange.
What are you implying? That someone used this recently, and not for its intended purpose.
I know.
Look, can you see how the handprints are at the base of the pin? You aren't rolling much dough if you're wielding this thing like a tennis racket, are you? The pin is also really dusty. If it came from the kitchen, it would be clean like the other utensils here. Yeah, agreed. Not only that...
Jeez.
Right, there's a dent on the pin too. Really? Do you think the pin was used to whack Wolfgang on the back of the head? Blunt force trauma? That's how he got the mark on his neck? On the end opposite the handprints, can you see it?
Weird.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. Handprints and a dent. That's definitely not a coincidence.
Focus.
Could this pin have something to do with that mark we found on Wolfgang's neck? If it was used to knock him out, it would not only explain the dent on the pin, but the bruise on Wolfgang's neck as well. How did it make its way into this closet, though?
Huh?
What do you mean? How did the pin make its way into the closet after the killer used it? Oh, I think it was used at the beginning when he was lured there at 8:15 a.m. I think he was just unconscious for like an hour and 15 minutes-ish. They knocked him out before the gaming tournament. And it was in there before.
There must be something.
I mean, if the footprints Kai and I heard were the killers, they probably chucked the pin in here on their way out.
Absolutely not.
No, that's not what happened.
Huh?
If the killer entered this closet and hid the rolling pin...
Listen to me.
Grace and I would have seen them. Crap, of course. She and Grace were investigating this closet at the time. What if the killer placed the pin in here before any of us came downstairs?
Save it.
If they were out in the hallway, why didn't they use that as their chance to escape? Damn it, she's right about that too. Could this rolling pin really be unrelated? But it lines up so well with the other evidence. I think that's because it was used earlier, and it was put in there earlier. Like, I don't know, do they remember seeing it? Like, I guess it was dark, maybe they couldn't see that well into the room. But I don't know.
Moving
Steel
on.
rolling pin is kind of intense. Okay, I don't think there's anything else in this room. Let's keep investigating. One moment she's speaking nonsense, the next she's totally coherent. I don't think I'll ever understand this girl. Alright, let's go. Next, storage closet, a B. Huh? Which? Wait a second. Hello? There's blood on the floor here. There's dried blood on the floor. For some reason, it seemed to pool right around this particular spot. Dried blood, like in the boiler room.
Eh?
You noticed the blood in there?
Correct.
I noticed you noticing it.
I see.
So,
Who do you think left all this blood behind?
Focus.
Well, it can't be Wolfgang, can it? Considering the sort of injuries he sustained, it wouldn't make sense for him to spilt a lot of blood. I think there was a fight that happened. Maybe this was in the morning at around 8:15 when the note told him to go there. They fought a little bit. The other person, the killer, got stabbed by Wolfgang. I think Wolfgang did the stabbing because he wasn't bleeding at all. And I think the killer is currently wounded somewhere. That's what I think. And the killer came out of here and was trying to fix themselves up in that spot. That's what I think happened. I don't think, because it would have mentioned if Wolfgang had a stab wound on his body. I don't think he was stabbed. I think the killer was stabbed. Maybe it was like a light stab, and then they used the rolling pin to smack Wolfgang on the back of the head. But then again, how would they get to the back of the head if it was a... I'm just confusing myself more. I'm sorry, I'll stop.
There must be something.
Which means the only possibility we're left with is
what could it be?
the blood belongs to someone else. Yeah, exactly. If I didn't notice the blood here, would you have pointed it out to me?
Eh?
I would have pointed it out to you if the roles were reversed. That way, you'd know not to step on it.
Right.
Sure, I'd point it out.
Thanks.
Aww. See, this is just how Damon is going to open himself up and he's going to make friends. Alright, anyway, I went into there, so I'm going to go in here next. I didn't even notice the blood on the floor there.
Interesting.
The map says this is storage closet B.
Right.
The closet Cassidy and Jet explored.
Look.
Do you see that?
Eh?
See what? The box in the corner over there. Look. Confused, I turned to where she was pointing. What? This is... I think I know what it is.
Yeah.
A generator, right? The one you were referring to during the blackout?
Correct.
Yeah, exactly. Since I've explored these rooms before, I knew one of them had a backup generator.
That's...
If this closet has the backup generator, wouldn't that mean the ones who restored the power...
Thinking.
Well, if Cassidy and Jet were the only people who entered this room, then they're the people who brought the power back. Damn. I'm surprised those two actually knew how to navigate a generator. That seems to be all there is in this closet. Alright. Let's go. Time to go. Next. There's so much to investigate. I feel like I'm gonna run out of time. Okay, let's go to this one. Was this the one Damon and Kai were in, or? I don't think so. Doesn't look really familiar to me. This is storage closet D.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mark and Jean explored this one. Let's see what I can find here. Is there something weird about this room?
That's...
I think I see something behind this pile of boxes. I stood on my tiptoes to get a better look, and...
Jeez.
So they really are here.
Well,
What's here? Extension cords. A whole bunch of them.
strange.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. These are definitely the same type of cord I saw in the boiler room. Only difference is, these still have their other half intact. Huh. The internal plugs are pretty slim compared to other kinds of cords. The fact these cords match the ones in the boiler means the killer must have rummaged through these closets for equipment. For what reason they needed the cord, I had no idea. But this was still a step in the right direction. Huh. I have no idea. Besides that box of cords, nothing else about this room standing out to me.
So,
Do you want to move on?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. There's a lot of rugs in here. Alright, now's the last one that Damon was in with Kai. This one. This was the closet Kai and I explored. It was hard to get a good look at its contents in the dark, but seeing it now,
I see.
there doesn't seem to be anything important here. Yeah, so it was dark, so I do think it was possible that Eva and, I think it was Grace, Grace, she was with Grace. I think it's possible that they could have missed the rolling pin, and even if they didn't, because it was dark, they wouldn't have seen that it had a handprint on it, or that it had a giant dent in it. I don't think it would have been very noticeable in the dark, so I do think it's possible that the rolling pin was stored in there earlier, like over an hour earlier before everyone started investigating. I think we can move on. Okay. We've looked through all the closets now.
so,
Did you find everything you needed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. The rolling pin and that stack of extension cords. There's no doubting their relevance to this case. At least, based on what I've investigated so far.
Anyway.
Eva, let's go upstairs and collect some more testimonies.
where?
Finally. Alright, we're gonna go to testimonies. Maybe we can... I don't know if we're gonna check out his dorm. Maybe. A bunch of people are there, so it's possible that we could go there too. Alright, let's go. I have no idea. I do think that he was knocked unconscious like an hour beforehand. Ziva and I emerged from the basement, on the lookout for anything which could aid us in our investigation.
Eh?
Right in front of us, a flustered Eloise was huddled with her back to the wall. Standing next to her...
Yeah,
Sup, you guys? Might want to lower your voice around here. Some... stuff has happened.
What could it be?
Is something wrong? Sorry. Eloise had a bit of a frightening experience recently.
You think?
I think we all have.
no kidding.
Well, yeah. The scene downstairs is bad, but I'm talking about something else. Tozu left, we tried going inside Wolfgang's room to look for clues. But the moment we stepped in, she suddenly pounced on me. She?
Oh.
She dragged me out, and Desmond ran after us. I haven't been able to get my heart to stop beating so quickly since.
Huh?
Hold on. This she you're referring to.
Shit.
Yep. It's Grace. She's been guarding Wolfgang's door ever since she kicked us out. Grace was blocking access to Wolfgang's dorm? What the hell? That is really weird. We can't let her bar us from entering his room. The class trial could start at any moment. That's what I tried telling everyone else, but they pretty much gave up. Jet and Mark went to the dining hall, Diana went to the laundry room, and Toshiko and Ingrid went to the courtyard. Eloise and I, though, we're not gonna let that slide. We gotta get in that dorm room. So we've been brainstorming other ways to approach Grace,
Think about it this way.
and we've landed on something. Performing a brief inquisition. Inquisition? If Grace doesn't want to cooperate, we'll start badgering her with questions. Poke at her ego until eventually she retreats.
Safety first.
If you want, you can come join us. A debater must be good at dishing verbal beatdowns, yeah? I did come here to inspect Wolfgang's dorm, so I might as well. If that's the case,
I'm out.
I'll go to the dining hall and ask Jet and Mark for their testimonies.
Eh?
You're not coming along?
Where?
Grace isn't someone I'd like to be around right now. You three can handle her. Something tells me she's just afraid of her talent being mocked.
Right.
Yeah, Grace isn't the nicest, so no sweat. Have fun with Jet and Mark.
Goodbye.
Eva left in the direction of the laundromat, clearly taking the long route to the dining hall. Should we approach Grace then?
Totally.
Yeah, let's not waste any time.
Okay.
Right, okay. Do you want to take the lead, Damon? Oh, sure. I wasn't going to admit to either of their faces, but their plan seemed pretty half-baked. Not because I was going to face off with Grace, but because she was too. How could a bumbling person like her be of any help in a verbal showdown? Damon, please, stop. Don't be mean. She's adorable. If anything, she'll probably make us look uncoordinated. Guess I'll have to do most of the heavy lifting here. Since Grace was guarding Wolfgang's dorm, she should be right around the corner. Okay. That's not the right way. Am I going the wrong way? Oh yeah, I totally am. Why did it point me in that direction if that's where I'm not supposed to go? That makes no sense to me. I'm supposed to stay here. She's right there. Yeah, I'm such a dummy. Don't you two yuppies get it? You're not coming in.
Don't get it mixed up.
Hang on. I'm not here for that. Damon just wants to ask you a question.
Back off.
He isn't coming in either.
Jeez.
Why not? I need to investigate Wolfgang's dorm room.
Soybean.
Back off, soybean. His room's none of your business. Except it is. Wait. I don't remember 100% because it's been a little while since I played the first part of this chapter. Were Grace and Wolfgang roommates? Someone had switched, so there were two pairs of a guy and a girl. Were Wolfgang and Grace one of them? I have to search his last known whereabouts, which includes his dorm room by default.
See that?
What if I said I've done the job for you?
Come again?
As in you've searched the room? High and low. Want to know what I found? Nothing. For us to believe that, we need to see it for ourselves.
Oi!
You think I'm lying?
Just saying.
There's a chance you could be, unfortunately.
Eh?
Think about it. You haven't given us any reason to believe you. Someone who's got nothing to hide wouldn't be acting so protective right now, you know? It gives the impression there's something you really don't want us to see.
Anyway.
Also, couldn't this be considered breaking the rules? Tozu wants this game to be fair, but being prevented from searching every room doesn't seem very fair.
Don't test me.
Even if it isn't, what are you gonna do? I'll report it to Tozu. Huh?
You.
Makes sense.
Nice idea. What do you say we look for him now? If Tozu agrees to sabotage, he might call Mara to help. But oi! It's not sabotage! I'm not hiding anything about the murder. Don't try to get me involved.
Uh-huh.
Desmond never mentioned Wolfgang's murder.
Anyway,
Look, just let us into the room. If you're telling the truth, we'll drop our suspicions.
Gotta stay one step ahead.
The reality of the situation is we gotta invade Wolfgang's privacy if we want to know what happened to him. He would want to investigate our dorms if it were anyone else who died. Grace stood there silently, gritting her teeth. Then she stepped away from the door.
Okay.
Yeah. Sweet. Thanks, Grace. With sighs of relief, we entered Wolfgang's dorm. I don't know, she seems to be like, was she in his room with him? Oh, there's a secret door here. So this was Wolfgang's dorm. While some of my expectations were correct, a lot about the room still surprised me. I anticipated the layout to resemble my dorm and the decor reflecting his talent. What I didn't anticipate was how messy it was. Well, maybe not messy, just really casual. A room that had clearly been well lived in.
Oi, you.
Don't move things around when you inspect them. I want to keep the room as it is. To be honest, I'm not sure why I was even surprised. Look, he has a little stuffy over there. There's a door over there. I see it. I'm gonna go to there last. Clothes were scattered across the room, including a familiar-looking woman's jacket. Nothing about them looked suspicious. Are you sure about that? Because it's over there on the floor. I want to look at his little bear. A large toy bear adorned the bed. Something tells me this didn't belong in the room originally. Was it Grace's? I'm guessing he and Grace shared the room. Wolfgang also had a pinup calendar in his room. This isn't what I should be focusing on during a murder investigation. An intricately patterned couch, side by side with two red sofa chairs. Even the throw pillows seemed to be arranged in just the right way. Huge wooden bookshelves, filled to the brim with a catalog of books, towered over the room. Skimming the titles, most seemed to be about the intricacies of the legal system, although some were about old court cases, rehashed with new evidence. Did Wolfgang really read any of these, or were they all just for show? Alright, I'm gonna look here now. Hello? There is a whole hallway over there. Hello? Can I go over there? There's like a whole hallway. Eloise was kneeling on the floor, sorting through Wolfgang's bedside ottoman with a serious look on her face.
Hi.
Hey, can we talk for a second?
Give me a moment.
Okay. She closed the ottoman and stood up, now wearing the same nervous expression she always did. Is there something wrong? I want to know your whereabouts during Wolfgang's murder. Oh. When the murder happened, I was with Desmond in the courtyard.
Eh?
The courtyard? Yes? You can ask Desmond to confirm if you're confused. No, I'm fine.
It's simple.
Let me just ask this. What were you doing during the blackout? Blackout? Yeah, you did experience it, right?
That's not.
No, I don't think there ever was a blackout. We were only alerted to the murder because of Tozu's announcement.
I see.
So, my theory was right. If Winona never experienced a blackout in the tree room, and Eloise never experienced a blackout in the courtyard, both those buildings must be connected to an entirely different power source. Oh. Okay. Whoa. Oh, sorry. What's up, Damon?
Hi.
Hey, can you check something out for me?
Easy enough.
In here or
That's not it.
in the boiler room? I found a taser gun in there.
Are you for real?
I can't tell if it's been fired or not. I don't think it has, but I want to know for sure. Because if I'm wrong and this taser gun was used, it might clue us in to the nature of Wolfgang's death.
No kidding.
What we're talking about here is a big deal, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Since you're skilled at using guns, I figured...
All good.
No sweat. I'll see to it once I'm done here. Thanks for the heads up, Damon.
Ugh.
We're not here for that, my ass.
Hi.
Hey. Normally, she'd be meeting my eyes. She's hiding. Is there something... I don't know.
Quit it.
I know you suspect me. I can tell by the look on your face. But I don't know anything about his death. To be in the dark like everyone else, about a person she was so close to. Damn it. Get a grip on yourself, Damon. Grace can claim to know nothing about the murder, but what about everything before it?
Anyway.
So, I heard a rumor you became Wolfgang's new bunk buddy. This room seems to confirm that. How was he this morning? Grummy? Happy? Dick.
Eh?
We were planning to go to the game tournament, but he woke up with an ache in his stomach. He woke up sick? If you're telling me the truth, and Wolfgang planned to attend the tournament...
That's not it.
Why did he say the opposite yesterday? Admittedly, I am also a little hesitant about attending. I'm not sure I will have time for it. From what I remember, Wolfgang said he'd be too busy to attend the tournament. More like he won another round of the pachinko machine.
Watch and learn.
I would know. I interrogated him after breakfast.
No.
What? That's seriously what he meant?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah-huh. Which was why I told him, hey, no, let's do the tournament. He was a bit finicky at first, typical for a soybean, but he eventually caved. Wolfgang was a pachinko player? I'm not sure I can believe that. Then again, some of the paraphernalia in this room looked neither golf nor law-related.
Okay.
All right. So based on what you're saying, Wolfgang agreed to attend the tournament yesterday. However, come this morning... Wolfgang remembered the pirate was attending, so he suggested I track down that guy and partner with him instead.
Right.
Because you needed to bring a partner for the tournament. Wolfgang. He knew I was miffed about it. His smile said as much. But I walked out the door anyway.
Dumbass.
Wolfgang said he was too sick to get out of bed, so I walked away. If Wolfgang really had been bedridden, how did he wind up in the boiler room? He was lying! He was lying! There was no way he was actually sick. He got that note and he went to go meet up with whoever it was. Either he didn't come of his own volition, or he was never sick to begin with. By the look on her face, I could tell Grace realized the same. With all that said, it wasn't like Wolfgang to hide anything. For a guy who's so gung-ho about honesty, you'd think he would confide in the person he's closest to. Did the letter I find inside his blazer pocket have something to do with it? At the bottom of the page, fragments of a message were still visible. Secret, 8 a.m. Close the door. Doesn't this read a lot like a command? So he was locked in there. I don't know. While only a few words were legible, a lot could be gleaned from them. For example, that mention of a secret. Did the rest of the note elaborate on it, or was the word alone enough to scare Wolfgang? Maybe he wanted to shield Grace from that information even he couldn't handle. Or maybe he simply didn't want her to know. Whatever the reason, Wolfgang Akira deliberately hid information from someone. Ironic, huh? Well, that's all I could find. Why was Grace so antsy about people entering? There didn't seem to be anything suspicious lying around here. In any case, since I'm done here, I should head to the dining hall. I'm pretty sure that's where Eva said she was going. Alright, let's go do that. As soon as I entered the room, Eva walked over to me.
Hello.
I've just finished talking to everyone here. Anything important?
Rage.
Nothing important. I don't think Jet and Mark are taking this seriously. This might end like the mock trial where only a couple of people know what they're doing. Does she really think so? While that information definitely didn't bode well for me, I couldn't afford to be discouraged by it. Not unless I want to die in this game.
Focus.
I'll see if I can make those two talk.
Thanks.
Good luck. Alright, I'd rather talk to Jet first.
Yeah.
Is it me, or is there something funky about this place?
Come again?
What? I don't know, man. Everything feels kinda off. I can't place why, though. It's bugging the crap out of me. Sounded like he just felt uncomfortable being here. I guess I can't blame him. With the turn things have taken, the tension and excitement of the tournament was all but a distant memory. And this room was now a reminder Wolfgang had died right under our noses. Can I look at I wonder if I could look at the banner and if I could like try to match the handwriting. I don't know. I guess not. May as well skim through the kitchen just in case. Looking inside the cabinets, there didn't seem to be anything out of the ordinary. Except, huh? This knife block had a knife missing from it. For a kitchen knife to go missing, at the same time a knife is found floating in the boiler room's water. That can't be a coincidence. Interesting. I don't trust Mark. I don't know, there's something about him. Mark had returned to his position by the equipment. Hey, Desmond and Eloise told me you plan to investigate Wolfgang's dorm. Grace isn't guarding it anymore, so you can go inside now. Let me guess, you don't want to investigate?
It's nothing.
I just came here to make sure my interface wasn't damaged. This investigation could spell the difference between life and death, yet his priority was his stupid music equipment? Don't you think it looks suspicious what you're doing?
What?
I heard people are already giving Grace a side eye for being uncooperative. What might they say if they find out you've ditched the investigation?
Slow down.
Yo, hold on! Jet called out to us from the other side of the room and ran over. Can't you see? Broski isn't feeling well? Give the guy some space.
That's not important.
I don't care. I'm working on a time limit. Who are you to talk anyway? Judging by the look on Broski's face whenever you guys are together,
It's simple.
out of everyone here, I think you know the least about personal space. What? No way. Sure, Mark might not talk a whole lot, but if he wasn't having fun, do you really think we'd be hanging out so much?
Broskies always stick together.
Come on, broski, back me up here. Oh gosh, poor Jet. I feel bad for him. He just wants to be bros. But Mark doesn't want to be bros. Time. Huh? What time did the murder happen?
That's...
9:35 a.m.? Check this. He pointed to a small digital clock at the top of the music pad.
That's...
Huh? This is the time of the murder. It was like this when I came back here. I think the clock got screwed over by the blackout. So now it's frozen on whatever it was displaying before it lost power. Then that confirms my suspicions. The blackout, and by association, the destruction of the generator, occurred at the same time of Wolfgang's murder.
My man!
Nice going, bro. You hit the jackpot. Bet it's 'cause I was here with you, huh? Sheesh, this was getting hard to watch. Let's talk to Kai. Shit. Why didn't Tozu fix the blackout himself? If the maintenance of this place is seriously our responsibility, I think the reason he didn't fix it is because it was relevant to this whole thing. That's why he didn't fix it.
Not okay!
The fridge and pantry are restocked every day, though. Can't things just be consistent? Whining aside, he made a good point. Why didn't Tozu fix the blackout? Thinking back on his spiel from earlier. The tablet's information has been divulged in such a way that both the killer and the spotless have equal chance of success. Did Tozu abstain from fixing the blackout because it was important to the killer? They could easily make their escape if no one could see anything.
Wait.
Oh yeah, Damon, since you're here, I've been thinking really hard about those footsteps we heard
Come again?
when we were in the storage closet.
No, seriously.
Yeah, they were soft, right? Like the person was wearing socks.
I see.
Now that you mention it, it did sound like socks on a hard floor. Ugh, of all the things to be right about, it had to be this.
Eh?
What do you mean?
Man.
I mean, why didn't the killer just wear shoes? Think about it. The sound of something like heels would be pretty distinct, right? Or what about sneakers? They get really squeaky on a smooth floor. And, I mean, he's making a very good point.
Don't say that.
What I'm saying is, you could totally figure out the shoe from the sound it makes. And if you know which shoes the killer had on, you could just look for the person with a matching pair. But socks? Anyone could be wearing socks. The person probably removed their shoes for that reason.
This sucks.
Ugh, just our luck. Yeah, maybe... Yeah, that does make sense. I mean, I was thinking in terms of determining that, like, if a person was, like, heavier, bigger, or smaller, but realizing that they took off their shoes is also interesting. Okay, is there anything else to look at here? Or do I just talk to Eva?
Where?
This might end like the oh, she already said that. Okay, there's still something here. But I'm not sure what. Eva in the kitchen. Is there something else in the kitchen or no? Knife to go missing. Maybe there's someone else to talk to. Maybe I should talk to one of them again. Which Mark suspects is due to the blackout, which means the blackout and the destruction of the generator occurred at the same time. Oh, yeah, the vent. That's what I want to look at. That makes sense. I can't hear the whir of the generator anymore. Well, obviously... Jeez. Talk to Jet again? No. Talk to you, my beloved. If you know what shoes the killer had on, you could just look for the person with the matching pair. Huh. Okay, so I can't talk to anybody else. There has to be something in here that I missed. Well, the paintings probably have nothing to do with anything. There's really... Oh, the whiteboard. Cassidy had clearly spent a lot of time doodling this. She must be upset that we didn't even finish a single round. The first time people have a get-together and they're interrupted by a murder. Thinking back on it, the game tournament and the murder happened really close to each other. The former began at 9 a.m., while the latter occurred at 9:35 a.m. That's within the same hour. Taking a closer look at this whiteboard, yeah, I can see why the killer chose to attack so soon. 8 potential witnesses, all situated in one place, too preoccupied with video games to notice the world around them. There couldn't be a more perfect time to strike. Yeah, obviously. I mean, we knew that. Uh-oh. It's time. It's time. That was a really long investigation. How long was that? Like 2 hours? That's crazy. I don't know. I'm used to the investigations being a little bit shorter. But listen, I'm not complaining. I really like this game. I like these characters. I'm a little sad that there's no chapter 2 yet. But let's get through this one first. Oh my! Would you look at the time? I dare say we ought to get this trial started soon. How does 20 minutes from now sound? Great? Haha, great. Please continue to investigate until then. See you later. What? There's only 20 minutes until the trial?
Hang on.
Damon. Jeez, how does she keep scaring me? The investigation's almost over. We need to find the other 3 and hear their testimonies.
That's...
The other 3?
As I was saying...
Toshiko, Ingrid, and Diana.
Jeez.
All right, calm down. Desmond said they were in the courtyard, right?
I'm talking.
And Diana's in the laundry room. Then let's talk to Diana first, since the laundry room is in the same building. In the meantime, don't panic, okay?
Can't you see?
I'm not panicking. As she said that, she motioned for me to follow her to the door. Eva might deny it, but the anxiety which had been bubbling up inside her was clearly starting to boil over. Although, with how fast my own heart was beating, I guess she's not alone. Alright, let's go. Let's find Diana first. I'm a little suspicious of Diana. I don't know why. I just got that vibe. Like, if she's not the killer now, she's probably gonna be the killer at one point. You know? I get that vibe from her. I'm a little suspicious of Mark. But I don't know if it's him. I don't know. Could be Ingrid too, who knows? Alright, if Desmond's telling the truth, then Diana should be in here. I don't know, I kind of have the feeling that it might be a girl. I could be wrong. This can't be happening. This can't be happening. Diana was standing with her back pressed up against the wall, arms wrapped around herself in a tight embrace. She's in even worse shape than before. Diana, I need to ask you a question. Please, give me a moment. It's been kind of tough.
No.
The investigation is going to end really soon. We can't wait. Okay. Sorry. Where were you during the blackout?
Oh.
The blackout. Right before the body was discovered. I was just in my room, alone, doing my makeup. You don't have any makeup on, though. I was experimenting with new combinations, so I wiped it all off already.
I see.
So, you were alone in your room the entire morning? Yeah, I just wasn't feeling up to it.
Sorry.
Sorry, I'm feeling a little sick all of a sudden. Do you mind if I go back to my dorm? I've asked all the questions I wanted to. Thanks. So she doesn't have an alibi. She's a suspect.
So,
Do you think she was acting weird at all?
That...
No weirder than the others. She was acting weird, Damon. But he doesn't pay enough attention to people to realize, like, yeah, that was weird. You know? Like, I feel like Damon's very much like a solitary kind of person that he probably wouldn't pick up on subtle changes in someone, you know? Anyway, since Diana gave a testimony, I can cross her off my list now. Which means the only people I still need to speak to...
where?
I hope Ingrid and Toshiko are still in the courtyard. We won't know until we see for ourselves. Alright, let's go before this investigation ends. The longest investigation ever on the planet. Okay. Where's the courtyard? Is it around this way? I'm gonna go outside. No, this is the dining hall, right? Yeah, I'm going the wrong way. Where is the courtyard? Should I be looking at a map? Okay. Can I, like, find her on here? No. Where's, How do I go up? Underground. I want to go to the first floor. Whatever. I don't know how to work this game. Oh, well, that's down. We don't want to go down. We want to go out. Is it through the dark? No, it's right here. I ran right past it. Okay, they're still here, so that's good. Toshiko and Ingrid had retreated under the bandstand at the center of the courtyard. The larger girl was comforting the smaller girl, who'd completely hidden her face behind her fan.
Hello?
Hey, have either of you been investigating? Investigating? Toshiko lowered her fan to reveal a pair of puffy eyes.
Unacceptable!
I don't know. What are you expecting me to do?
Seriously?
To look for clues? Clues?
Impossible!
How am I meant to do that? It's not like I've had to solve a murder before, you know. My hands have been a little full, so no luck finding any clues. I can see why.
Moving on.
Okay, well, did you at least notice anything suspicious this morning? It could be a person acting odd or a strange sound. That's what most real-life testimonies talk about, anyway.
Think this through.
A person acting odd. Maybe not at the time, but looking back, it definitely seems a little strange. Do you want to tell him, Toshiko? Okay, fine. This morning, I saw Wolfgang.
Huh?
When did you see him? In the dorm hallway? On my way back from the pharmacy. The dorm hallway? Just as I was about to enter my room, I saw Wolfgang leave his. Oh, Wolfgang. What a coincidence running into each other like this. Are you already on your way to the tournament, Miss Kyura? It's rather early. Of course not. A professional like myself knows better than to attend some silly party. Right. My apologies. What about you? Are you going to the tournament? That's correct. I'm going to the tournament. I'm just heading to the laundry room right now. There's a batch of clothes I accidentally left behind in there.
That...
Wolfgang said he was going to attend the tournament.
Strange.
Yesterday, he told everyone he was too busy to attend. I assumed he'd changed his mind. I had no reason to question him. I heard bits and pieces of their conversation from inside my dorm. The whole thing couldn't have lasted longer than a minute.
Bit complicated.
Toshiko and I are bunk buddies, by the way. I thought I'd mention that in case Damon didn't know. Okay, thanks. Anyways, when I heard that Wolfie said, my first thought was, leftover clothes? I don't remember any leftover clothes. But I figured it must have been misremembering. What with my aching head and all. Aching head? I was suffering a terrible headache this morning. Couldn't see 2 steps in front of me, let alone get up from my bed. That's why I'd gone to the pharmacy. I was hoping to procure some medication for Ingrid. Not my proudest moment, I'll admit. But I knew I could trust Toshiko with the job.
So,
Do you know what time the interaction with Wolfgang happened? 10 past 8, I think.
How should I put it?
The conversation happened just a little after the morning announcement. That I can tell you with confidence. Yes, 10 past would make sense. When the announcement initially played, I was just about to leave the pharmacy. Then she was already inside the pharmacy by 8 a.m. So, Wolfgang, he looked totally fine when you saw him?
sure.
Yeah, nothing seemed awry. Huh. Doesn't that call into question what Grace told me earlier? Either Grace lied to me about Wolfgang calling in sick, or she was telling the truth, and Wolfgang just got outed as a liar. 100% Wolfgang was lying. We knew that from the start. Wolf in sheep's clothing. Hello, they all have animals connected to them. I can probably deduce an answer if I know what time Grace left Wolfgang's dorm. If she left before 8:10 a.m., then she would have already been out of the picture by the time Wolfgang made his move. Hence why she only remembers him in bed. However, if she left after 8:10 a.m., then she would have been there for Wolfgang's encounter with Toshiko, which means she lied about Wolfgang being bedridden during the period of time she was in his dorm. Funny how she never gave me a time. Huh. What else happened after Toshiko saw Wolfgang? That blackout sure gave us a spook. Toshiko and I decided to stay where we were till the lights turned on, though we did watch you and your buddies pass by. You saw that?
How should I put it?
Heard it first, then took a peek. I would have said something, but I wasn't feeling my usual self, so we watched you up until you went down the stairs. That must have been how you found the crime scene, right? Yeah, that's right.
Too much for me.
Such a terrible sight. I can't believe someone here may actually be behind it. Let's just hope we can solve it. Oh, this is it. We're getting ready. I thought the before was the end, but apparently not. It's still more. That's... All right, everyone. That's time. Please drop whatever it is you're doing and proceed over the tree of ignorance. Don't make me wait too long, otherwise you'll be in for a shocking surprise. Get it? Because your trinkets can zap you. Anyway, just get to move on. It's time.
Fingers crossed.
You two, go on ahead. Toshiko and I'll catch up.
Listen to me.
Okay, let's go, Damon. Right. Am I gonna walk there, or is it just gonna bring me there? I think I'm gonna end it right here. I'm sorry. This investigation was a lot longer than I thought it was gonna be, so I'm gonna end this part right here. And next time we are going to finally start the trial and figure out who did this to Wolfgang, because I have no idea. I think my number one suspect right now is Diana. Only because she's acting the weirdest. I feel like I don't know. There's something with her. If it's not her now, it'll be her. She's gonna be a killer in this game. I can feel it. But yeah, we're going to go into the trial next time. I believe it depends on how long the trial ends up being. I might split it into 2 parts. I might make it 1 part. I'll decide after. But for now, we are going to end this part here. And I will see you in the next one where we finally solve this mystery. I really don't know. I'm a little scared because I don't really have many answers to many things, so we'll see how it goes. I also don't really remember how the trial went in the prologue because I played it years ago. So we're going in and we're just gonna try our best. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.